The worst thing a woman can do, statistically speaking, is to get married to a man. Married women do not live as long as single women. They do not earn as much money as single women. They are not as happy as single women. They are more likely to suffer from addiction than single women. They are more likely to commit suicide than single women. They are more likely to die of homicide than single women. They report themselves in every single way that you can measure sociological data for wellness as being less contented than single women. Conversely, married men, on the other hand, married to women, outperform single men by such a measure that it is perhaps the healthiest thing that a man can do is to get a woman to marry him.
The devil wants to attack me. Devil, you kiss my ass. I don't think about you. And I'm quite sure I make more than your husband in 1 month than he does in a year. And I knew it was God's way of telling me, I know you about to be mad at me. We keep it real over here so you can see how we just came back. All right. Welcome to Honestly, Kendra G. And I'm going to have so much fun in today's episode because the title is Happily Not Married. Cheers to all the women who are not married. Cheers to you. Cheers. Take a sip. This is not alcohol. I don't drink.
Here we are for episode 2 of Kendra's new podcast, Honestly, Kendra G. And throughout this episode, we've already watched it. Throughout this episode, she's trying to convince herself and us that she's happily not married. We're gonna try to review as much as we can because this is absolutely, it was like an ice pick on your eardrums. Trying to listen to someone trying to convince themselves that they're happily not married. She said it throughout the video. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's not alcohol. I wanted to do this episode. First, I want to start off with this. I believe in marriage. So this is not an episode bashing the institution of marriage. I respect the institution of marriage. Most of my friends are married. I have said this 1,000 times. I think it's a beautiful thing if you find someone that you can agree to do life with. So please do not mistaken the title for I'm against marriage and I think marriage is whack. No, that is furthest from the truth. But what I do believe in is some people may just not get married. And it's very important for me to know that you are worthy. God knew that before he brought you to this planet. And don't let the world brainwash you to attach your worth to your relationship status of being married or not. So cheers to wives, cheers to women who are happily married. And I want to say happily married because here's the deal. If you like it, I love it. It's your life. But no, I do not respect a marriage where you're just not happy and you just got into the institution of it because of whatever reason. And there's 1,000 reasons why people get married. But if it's not something that you are happy in and it's not benefiting your life, then no, I personally don't respect it. But again, it's your life. And if you like it, I love it. But I wanted to spend some time this episode just to break down what's kind of happening and why women are happily not married. First of all, I own a dating app, okay? And the ultimate goal for my dating app is marriage. So shout outs to the 12 plus people since I...
Here's the couples that got married, y'all, from her show. Now, Michelle said that these are stock photos. I just busted out laughing. These are the photos that you get in the photo frame.
Right. Right. You buy the picture frame and there's the people already in the picture. That's them. Like the one on the left look like a Photoshop. The top left.
Which one? This one?
On the top left. Yeah. Yeah. She might not even be in there. Quiet as kept. But anyway. 12 people in
12 people.
5 years.
15,000 people that she interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Raging success. Man, she's just boosting the marriage rate. And speaking of, she said she respects the institute of marriage. But on this funky ass app, you can have your status as married. What? Like, how could you do that? That doesn't make any sense, y'all. If you respected marriage so much, you wouldn't let married people do that kind of thing on your app. But that's just my opinion. Let us continue.
Created my show, Kendra G Singles, and now we have the dating app
look
that has
at her,
actually
y'all.
gotten married. I've been to 2 weddings out of the 12. I have more weddings to go to.
It was only 6.
Again,
it was 12 people in
the
6 weddings.
of marriage. But what I do not believe in is getting married just for the title, just to say that you are married, for the wedding day, for the beautiful dress, to invite everybody to the party. And you're not really happy, but you got to show up with a smile on your face. That's what I don't believe in. And when I think of marriage, that's absolutely what I think of. I don't think of the wedding day. I don't think of the honeymoon. I think of the full package. Can I agree to put everything second to this human being?
Hold on.
I agree to go on this life journey with this human being?
This is another one of her falsehoods right here. She doesn't think of the whole package. When she thinks of marriage, she only thinks of the negatives. You have barely heard this woman. She's been talking about marriage damn near exclusively lately. But you never hear her say anything in good faith. It's always negative. It's always the negative part of the marriage. If I'm not happy, not if you are happy, it's I'm not going to be happy. And marriage is not all about happiness, flowers, and rainbows either. It's a commitment. It's about more than how you feel on the day-to-day. Happiness is fleeting, especially not for nothing with women. They ride their emotions up and down and we all know how that works.
We do.
Like, come on. You're now. Right. Like that's not something to base whether you should stay in something as permanent and as, pivotal as the foundation of marriage is if you happy from here to there. Like, come on, y'all. Not a fairy tale. Let us continue.
That's what marriage means to me. I talked about this in episode 1, how I actually was engaged. I did everything people suggest.
I went to college.
I got my bachelor's degree. Can I talk? I got my bachelor's degree. And I also met a man that was going to give me my MRS. Yes, me and my college sweetheart got engaged. And what I loved so much about both of us is we agreed that if we got married, divorce was not an option. And I actually believe that everybody should take that stance. If you are going to get married to a person, can you agree that divorce is not an option, no matter what? He loses his job, she loses her job, you would still.
That's actually in the vows, though. Until death do us part. I know divorce, we do legally, you can get a divorce, but I think the very fact that we standing in front of the altar before God and our family saying, these vows, we have agreed that we not getting a divorce. This is not something to be taken lightly.
For real.
We actually making vows to each other, our family, to God, most importantly.
See? Well, we have to add in something that's already in there. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm tired of her talking about this engagement 25 years ago, or however long ago it was. This the highlight of your life? That one relationship? That's as further as you went.
That
She takes engagement.
It so serious that she didn't go through with it.
This sounded like that was the love of your life. Love of my life.
But she did that brother a favor, though. Really, to be quite honest with you.
I
hope if you the one that broke it off, you said you couldn't do it. You can't. You just can't. And for me, that's fine. I could understand that because everything is not for everybody. But again, I have to reiterate, it's the fact that she says she can and she could be, she can't, she won't, and she will never be anybody's wife. No matter what ring the finger goes on, if she buys the proposal, stages it, Even if somebody came and did it, like she's not that type of person. Just too selfish, too much hubris, and too selfish. That's it. Let us continue.
Still be there. She gained 60 pounds. He gained 60 pounds. She will still be there.
Negatives.
You know, life happens and nobody's perfect. An outside baby gets created, you will still stay
More
there.
negatives.
Because let's
Negatives.
get into it. Like, I think
I'll look
that
at the
when
whole
people call
picture.
me up to my show, they just present marriage as Disney World. Like, everything is so glorious and everything is so perfect. And that is not always the case. Okay. Like, I have two friends and I love, like, their parents are amazing, right? And I was like, they got, like, this is like the real life Cosby Show, like two separate friends. And what I learned in their parents' marriage, an outside child was created in both situations. But obviously,
Telling
their
them folks
mothers never got a
business.
divorce. And that's just
I
kind
see
of what
why
it was.
people
And I
don't
don't know
claim you
what
as a
she
friend.
went through. I don't know what they went through overall, but that was a reality of their confinement. Now, am I saying
Confinement.
that
What the hell is that?
You have to listen to how she describes marriage. That's exactly how she feels. She said confinement, like you're being
Prison.
held against your will in a marriage. The feminism just, it has to ooze out. It has to. It can't stay in.
Man. Oh,
She said
talk about
confinement.
brainwashed.
And she up here telling these people business. Like,
Right.
if you a friend of her, don't tell her nothing about your marriage, because she gonna use that information to make it seem like she knows something about marriage.
That's ridiculous. Telling all them folks business. That's them folks business. That's your friends' parents. Like, come on, man.
Right.
Keep that to yourself. Chatty Patty. Dang, man.
this happens in every marriage, that, you know, the man is going to have an outside baby? Of course not. So again, please don't
So why did
misconstrue
you say
my
what you
words and
just
say
said?
I'm trying to paint marriage as this dark institution and you have to tolerate so many things, but that is a component of marriage. Of course, if you're able to meet a person and you guys can agree to be best friends and it's you two against the world, that is a beautiful thing. And that is the marriage that I salute. Cheers to you. But what I have learned is that's not necessarily everyone's life truth and life journey and life plan. And I have learned that in this day and age, there is an attack on women who are not married. And I'll just use myself. And this is why I wanted to do this episode so bad, because I have heard time and time again, yes, she's successful. Yes, she's attractive. I love that y'all always say the truth, because baby, you got eyes, you can see it. And yes, she appears to be happy. I'm happy. I have no idea why that can't be received, that I'm actually happy.
A person that's happy don't got to keep telling us that they happy.
Preach.
Dang.
Your unhappiness is written all over this podcast. It's not hard to tell. It ain't, shout out to Nas. It ain't hard to tell. It ain't hard to tell. Come on, man. Who we kidding here?
She is. It's okay, huh? If you unhappy that you come up, you go to that penthouse every day by yourself. Bobby Womack's song, if you think you lonely now, just wait until tonight.
You get all dolled up and put on all them other people hair and all that, and ain't even got nobody to share it with. Sad.
You go home by yourself. You do everything by yourself. And all the successes that you have in your life, who do you share it with? Your daddy?
Her. She shares it with herself. That's all she got. She ain't even got the dogs no more. Dogs don't went on to heaven. Sad, man. And you know, she trying to convince us or she trying to lay this out or put it in the universe so she can get some good sleep in that big cold bed she lay in every night. I mean, for somebody who don't care about marriage and is not pressed about it, she been talking a lot about marriage lately, y'all. I don't know. Let's continue.
Say she appears to be happy, but she's not married and she doesn't have children. Where's the insult? Where's the insult? Are you trying to imply that a woman truly cannot be happy if she's not married and does not have kids? That is such a lie. And some women have
that's a lie
fell
you told.
for that brainwash technique. And what happened is they got married and then they learned the truth for them.
See?
They were not happy. And now they have children and now they're resenting their lives because they were able to get manipulated to this
by who?
Saga, I want to say, that says if you are not a married woman, you are not worthy.
Nobody said that.
You need to be attached to a man to be worthy.
Who said that?
But again, she speaks so much about God and his plan and his timing and his this and that, but she goes against the doctrine that he left in that book. The woman's purpose is men. Like, but you don't have all this extra. You know what I mean? Like
she's
how
confusing worth and purpose, though. Like that's not the same thing. Like you have a worth as a human being. Nobody's trying to diminish you being a human being. But on the marriage market, in the dating market, there's something different. All these women that call into her show and these women that be online on TikTok and all of that, they want a man, they want to get married. So to sit up here and try to make it sound like, well, I'm happily not married. People say that when they don't have what they
desire,
want.
Right?
Like you're not
that's a
happy.
Coping mechanism.
But it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with your worth. Who is saying that you're a worthless individual if you're not married and don't have kids? No. Who is saying that?
Nobody said that. See, this is what she hears. You know,
right? That's how she takes it into her brain. Like,
most people can't think with two brains, meaning you project your thoughts onto the world to a certain extent. He can't think with one brain, but she's projecting. This is how she's feeling because she's at that point where she's, of no return. She's 50. The fish ain't biting. She's got everything that she ever desired except the marriage and all that. She's feeling within herself like she's worthless. Nobody said that. Right. Nobody never said that at all. You could be worth a lot, and you could be worth a lot to a lot of people outside of being a married woman or having kids. But these are things she covered. Hence, a year and a half ago with Prince Ashyfoot, she was begging to get impregnated. Does that sound like a woman who doesn't want to have kids? With frozen eggs, Triceratops eggs frozen in a damn refrigerator. That means you don't want to have kids, or you trying to? Like, come on, Kendra. Like, stop with the coping cap.
Yes.
Just live with it or do something about it. Move on. You make this too easy. You think you're shutting something down, but you're just revealing how you really feel. She's feeling inner worth, like her worth is not where it should be because she don't have those things. That's not what even her staunchest critics don't say that.
Yeah, I have never heard them say that she's a worthless individual because she's not married and have kids. Like that's something really harsh to say, and if you believe in any type of God, you wouldn't say something like that. Like nobody's saying that. We're saying on the dating market, because you keep putting yourself on the dating market. We're telling you what a man finds worthy for a wife to make it worthy to be his wife. That's what we're telling you. People keep telling you what men want for their wives. You telling them, no, it's kind of like you woman explaining it. No, but you don't really want that, do you? We don't want to do that. We don't want to be feminine. We don't want to be submissive. We don't want to do any of that. You should take us with 5 baby daddies and 15 kids. You should take that. That I'm worthy to be a wife. That's all that men are telling you. That what you presenting is not worthy to be a wife. Not that you're a worthless individual. You might be a great person. You might do some good out here in the world. But that don't mean he had to pick you for his wife.
Right. You don't have those characteristics that
he's looking
would choose for a wife.
Yeah.
I don't think so. And then you're saying it yourself. You're not interested in that. So you really like down to smash as long as he promised that y'all together while y'all smashing. So you don't want nothing serious anyway. Let us continue.
Listen, it doesn't always work that way. And I got to tell you something. I am beyond proud that I can say I built my shit brick by brick, and can't no man get any, he cannot get any credit from it. I learned recently that some people, because I live in a very shoot building, and I learned that some people actually thought I am like an ex-wife and my money comes from like a settlement from a divorce, because they can't fathom their mind around the fact that a woman could miss the kind of success that I have and project it to have even more without being attached to a man. And it blows my.
If you a successful Black woman, why don't you just stand on that? I'm a successful Black woman. Why do you always have to mention men? But it wasn't due to a man that I'm a successful Black woman. Why don't you just stand on that? I'm a successful Black woman.
Right.
But you always got to put men in it, but without the help of a man. Okay, dang. Okay, you did it on your own. Great.
Right.
Great. But I doubt that she really did it on her own, because who built that app for her?
She's riding off a lot of notoriety that she had from being hired from some man's radio station and all that as well. But speaking of which, I wanted to touch on something. We know success is relative to the person who's, you're referring to. So in the regular world, Kendra's very successful. But in her world, I think we have to question how successful she really is, because these people that she live amongst, they don't even know her. Like, she doesn't have any notoriety amongst those folks like that. Like, she's still relatively obscure to those people. And they see you frumping around in hair and all that and doing nothing all day. So yeah, you do look like some old basketball player's, discarded ex-wife who took the bag somewhere and moved to Beverly Hills. Like, I could see how they could make that connection. So let us continue.
Mind. It literally blows my mind that there is this taboo feeling that a woman can't do as a man. And let me break that down when I say do as a man, as in finding their purpose and going for it with the sacrifice in that moment of getting married. And the reason I say this is men are given grace. Men are almost even taught, don't get a wife, build something for your life. Go out there, make something of yourself, get a good job, and then get a family. And women are manipulated to believe, find the man that's going somewhere and attach yourself to him. Now, here's the deal. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, that very much may be your life journey. There are some women who were born to be attached to a man, get married, and his growth is her growth. Y'all. And sis, there's really no diss. Like,
it is.
This
trying to
bird
sneak this.
Brain. Oh my God. She does not understand the world. Like, we said this before. Like, she doesn't understand relationships. Like, you just don't attach yourself to some man, like some random man you meet off the street. Oh, he going somewhere, I'm going to attach myself to him. Like, you don't even, that be the problem. Like, you at least, you got to find him attractive and share some type of common values and beliefs. Like, yeah, don't go attach yourself to a man that y'all have nothing in common. Yeah, the marriage is going to be horrible because you have nothing in common.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? And she's talking about, Like, we're talking about wives, Kendra. Wives. Do you not know what that is? Like, you can't fathom, you in your brain, you can't understand what a wife is. That women that are wives want to get married. They want to stay married, and they are happy in their marriage. They are happy being with a man and growing together and building together with that man. Like, they enjoy being with the man. They find joy in the marriage, because joy is something that is constant, is never fleeting. Just
Right.
we, like you just said earlier, happiness is fleeting,
Yes.
but joy
That's in your
is,
heart.
yes, in your heart. And I think wives find joy in the marriage.
And
If
the
you-
role and the duty of being a wife.
because you're in your role, in your purpose. Go ahead, babe.
And if you don't find the joy in that, then essentially, again, you're not a wife. You know, you're just not. It just is what it is. And she got a lot going on, man. She's revealing, y'all. She dissing, and like, she throwing little shots and here and there. It's like, this is kind of crazy, man. It's sad. Like, she know damn well that she would want to be somebody's wife. She said they give men grace because essentially men have more grace. 90 years old, Pacino and them dropping seeds, doing whatever, like, ain't a shortage of women, even if it is just for the resources in general. But women like older, more established men. Like, that's just a fact. Young men with older established women, we know what that hit for. That's playthings. That's sugaring. Like, you can't build like that. Like, and then they're not going to, a man at a certain point is not going to pick your old ass up neither. Like, you got too much baggage and you're too stubborn. You're going to get an old donkey or a young horse. Like, y'all choose, man. I'll let y'all figure that out. Let us continue. Quick moment aside, BSO kinfolk, while we handle our Membership Monday. First up at the top spot, we have From Downtown 296 with the 7 months. I can't believe I'm saying that out of my mouth right now. From Downtown 296 with the 7 months. We appreciate you, brother, for sticking around with the channel. Next up, we have Remington Girl with the strong 4 months. JH right behind with the same 4 months. Ivan Barnes at the 3-month mark. We appreciate everybody for opting into the Membership Monday program. Those to opt in so you can be shouted out on this Membership Monday. Now, back to the video.
I'm not here to judge because I know God, and God is not in a box. God has brought us all to earth. We all have different purposes, and that might be your journey, and I respect that. But I have to say, that's not the only journey that deserves respect. A woman that has decided that, I'm going to live my complete self. I'm not going to shrink to be somebody's wife, and I'm not going to conform and give up my own dreams to be somebody's wife. That also needs to be respected, because that's what they're trying to manipulate. They're trying to manipulate women who are successful to believe, yes, you have everything but a man. Where's the insult? And then also, what does that mean, but a man? See, I think one of the biggest misconceptions about me personally is that I have no men in my life. I actually have a lot of men in my life. There's actually an army of men literally in my life. Just because I'm not sleeping with them in the bed doesn't mean that there's not men that's in my life, in my corner, that is about Kendra for real, 10 toes down. And that's another misconception, because see, all you do is you go off of social media. And what I've learned is, and I had to learn to give grace, there's a lot of people who are truly miserable. And because social media is free and most people have phones, it's no thing for you to just be in the comment section and say something negative. And I really saw a pattern. Like, I literally would post a video.
That's nonsense. See, this is more of that nonsense, because you post something in the comment section that she deems negative, that you're miserable or you're sad or something like that. That's insane. People are very happy. It's correction, Kendra. You can't just get a rosy response on everything you do. It's not going to be like that. That's not realistic. It's not life. You're a public figure. There's going to be people that agree with what you say. There's going to be people who don't agree with what you say. It comes with the territory. I don't know what kind of world does this woman live in where it's all happy, rainbows, flowers, candy, cards. Like, nah. And just because somebody does say something about something they see on your show or on what you're doing that they deem inappropriate or ratchet, whatever you want to call it, however you want to call it, they're criticizing your show to a certain extent in a negative way. That's a memorandum on them. That's ridiculous, man. Your small mind can't comprehend that people comment those things because that's what they see. You're not gonna look at a goddamn duck and call it a flower. It's a duck. If it looked like a duck, quack like a damn duck, it's a duck. Like, come on, that's one of the oldest sayings in the book, and it just rings true. You want us to see something that's not there. And as far as where she's going with this, I've never heard anybody say, or in that sense, oh, you don't have a man like that. That doesn't play into none of this. They say you look stink when you dancing, or your wig's coming off, or something like that. I see all of those kind of comments and whatever's going on like that. But who's these people, these imaginary people leaving these comments and all that? I don't know. She's conflating two different things, I think.
Yeah. And then she says she has an army of men behind her and all of that. The men that are your friends and your family member and your daddy is not the same thing as having a romantic partner, like a significant other or a husband. That's not the same thing. Like, your daddy serves in a different capacity for you. Like, he doesn't, something growing up, your daddy don't really tell you no. You're a girl, you kind of get away with anything. Your daddy's little girl. And then I think that's probably where it went wrong. He never told her no, but it's like he spoiled her so bad. Even into her adult life, he didn't give her the reality of things. He told her that she could be anybody she wanted to be. She actually said on one of these videos that her daddy told her that you could be better than Oprah. So that's where I'm coming from. Like, he didn't tell her the reality. Like, he spoiled her, gave her everything she wanted. She didn't have to want from nothing. And probably every time she lost one of them jobs, she probably reached out to daddy. Hey, daddy, I need a few dollars. And here he go. And then there's sometimes when you step in for your daughter so much that she think that she don't need a man. She don't need a romantic partner, because every time the car break down, here you go. Because that's daddy's little girl. And I'm talking about the adult. I know when she baby girl, you going to be there.
For sure.
But I'm talking about when she becomes an adult. Like, you still got those, that's my baby girl.
Yeah.
So I'm coming for her rescue. Instead of letting her figure it out. She need to go get a man, and he need to go come and fix this tire on her car. He need to come, when there's a bump in the night. That's why you need a man, and other, there's other reasons to have a man.
Sure.
But I'm just saying the times that she might call her father.
Right.
So, and I think she's just talking about her father in this case. And there's nothing wrong with, you being there for your daughters and things like that. I had a dad that was very, he was there for me. But I'm just talking about in adulthood, sometimes it's just, you got to relinquish the control a little bit so that she can understand that she needs a romantic partner to be doing some of these things.
Again, she can't she can't separate the dad's love from your friend's love, your boyfriend, and those rest in different areas. They can all coincide together, so it's not one or the other. But she seems like she can't distinguish like how your father is going to treat and talk to you and do things, and as far as how your significant other. When we watched this last time, this same thing, because it seems like a replay of the same damn show. When we watched the last episode, she was saying, my father can't talk to me like this. You can't talk to me like that. And She doesn't want any pushback. She didn't come up probably with a lot of pushback, especially from men. See, this is where the feminism comes in. So when you do give her a little bit, it's overblown. That's why she's making up these statements and people are saying things that they're not actually saying, because you're not saying anything positive. So that means you have a small penis and you're miserable.
Exactly.
That's all
And since we're on this topic, if you have a daughter, like, do you give her pushback? Like, is that so? For all the men that have daughters, just jump down in the comment. Do you give her that pushback? Are you there? And then if you have an adult daughter, are you there for the rescue every time she call you, no matter what? Or I'm just curious to know. Go ahead.
I say we owe them truth. So when Kendra came, when little 4th, 3rd grade Kendra came and said, I'm going to be better than Oprah. You can say, you know what, Kendra? Yes, you can be bigger than Oprah, but you got to stop failing English, math, and da-da-da-da-da-da. If you can get your studies up and get on your way, you can be as big as anybody has ever been. And obviously he didn't tell her that because her dumb ass still can't read, write, count, spell at 55 years old. So yeah, she'll be bigger than Oprah. Yeah, sure. All right. We owe them truth. That's what we owe them. Let us continue.
And I'm just walking happy, like, and I would see the things. Yeah, but you ain't got no husband. Yeah, but she ain't really happy. Yeah, but she ain't got no kids. Baby, I'm just walking down the street. Like, what does that have to do with me having a husband? I'm at the BET Awards, and then I see these men. Yeah, but you ain't got. So what I've come to terms is, see, men have lost their power that men had many, many years ago. See, there was a power that men had over women, and that was a power of control. There was a time when women couldn't get bank accounts, women couldn't get a house in their name. It was not socially acceptable to even have children without a husband. That was a time period.
Shouldn't be.
So women just sucked it up. They just dealt with it because there really wasn't an option of leaving him. The society wasn't going to accept you. How was you going to get jobs? So men.
I'm tired of this misconception that women did not work prior to 1960, 1970. What the heck are y'all talking about? What are we talking about? Because women have always worked. We made the issue that y'all not realizing. I gotta take my glasses off for this. Y'all not realizing that women work closer to the home. And you had your babies with you. You put the babies on the back, front, however you got them strapped on you, and you went to work. You didn't do all this manual labor like the men jobs of the world, construction and stuff like that. Like, that's what they didn't want you in. They didn't want you doing dangerous jobs. And women still haven't. We got the right to work any job we want to work right now. And yet y'all still not going to those male-dominated fields, those dangerous fields, and doing that. Y'all not on the oil rigs. Y'all not in construction. Like, y'all not doing that. You still behind, the desk. I'm behind the desk. But I probably could have worked this job at any time in, the period of the history. I still end up in a female-dominated field. Like, what are y'all talking about? We could never work. We could always work. They just didn't want us doing dangerous jobs. Control sometimes begets protection. Control, protection. Y'all making me sick.
They don't hear you though, Queen. They don't hear you.
Control, protection. Yeah, he might have to control everything up in this atmosphere to keep your behind safe, under protection. Because he's got the responsibility for you. If something happened to you, and this is for the men that's you are underneath his covering. If something happened to you, who they gonna go call? They're gonna go call the husband, the father. Why is your daughter running the streets? Why is your wife? Why was she in this type of neighborhood when she got jumped? They robbed her, they mugged her. They're going to look at him. What man allows his wife to go down a dark alley and get mugged?
And moreover, let's say they can't find your ass.
Right.
Who's the first person they're going to look for and ask?
The husband.
Yeah. So keeping tabs on you and your safety and all that is paramount for him too. Like she said, control, protection. It goes hand in hand. It's just, if you look at it it's the yin and the yang. Control is when you want to be this free bird wearing the Beyonce hair and want to flap your wings and nobody can tell you nothing and you this supernova. Then it's control. But it's when your ass get in trouble and somebody throw a brick at you or something like that, you get in some kind of beef, then you want protection. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I'm so tired. This whole conversation that we've never worked. We just been women of leisure all our whole existence. No, women probably have it the most easiest in the existence since God created man and woman. We probably had it the easiest in today's time.
And you know why? As a men. That's
right.
A fact.
Right. Y'all have been making our lives better throughout the course of history. Like how we do our chores, how we cook food. Like a lot of that is because of the inventions of men making it easier.
Yes.
You know, something that makes me think about, you know, women, a lot of times women will complain about he got her an appliance or something for Christmas. But that's in his mind, in his nature. He wants to make your life easy. You was complaining about something and he went and got you, I don't know, a vacuum cleaner. I know it might sound insensitive, but that's how men think, you know.
Really?
You complained about a problem. I'm trying to find you a solution. You know, you said that was hard for you to do. I found the latest invention, the latest technology to make it easier for you.
They don't hear it. They ain't trying to hear it.
Come on.
I don't need no man to do nothing. I built brick by brick.
But she don't know how to work that app. You know, somebody in the comments, and a lot of y'all have been saying in the comments that, look, it just building an app ain't that hard. All it do is take basic coding. So she got ripped off by this app company. Well, maybe not ripped off, but you know, she spent money if she didn't have to.
She done invested in this team of lawyers that knew they couldn't do nothing with no fair use. As we've learned recently, but that's a whole nother video. Let us continue.
Were able to control women back then with finances and access. Well, it's a new day. I gotta say cheers again. Even though I ain't drinking, I'd be like, we need to just cheers. It's a new day. Honey, women got their own coin. Women got access. You cannot manipulate women with money anymore. Now, there are some women you can't. So let me say this. There are some women that you can still, and maybe the word manipulate isn't proper. There are some women who are dealing with you because their finances are attached to it. And again, like I said, you like it, I love it. It's your life, girlfriend, do you. But there are some women that you cannot control with finances. And these are the women that men hate the most because they want to be able to control. And when they can't control you,
Not
and when
true.
you are able to walk away from them and not miss a beat in your lifestyle, they don't know what to do with it. And I have heard this so many times, like, oh, well, you know, the reason you're not married is because you're so successful, you're outspoken, you're not easy to control.
More things that she said.
Do you understand that this does not insult me? This really insults you as a man. Because what you're saying is, in order for you to have a wife, she has to be less successful, she has to be controllable, and she has to not have a voice, which means she will not be outspoken. So that doesn't insult me.
Another one. No more lies, man.
The feminism is so high. The hubris is at an all-time high. Like, again, this is a woman that proclaims that she's a Christian woman, but it's like she's feminist before she's Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you read that Bible, submission, hon, submission. Where does it say that the man is controlling you? Like, in the sense of what they're saying. I mean, we just said control, protection. But, I mean, we know that it's a negative connotation when they say control.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning you can't do nothing, you can't say nothing. She just said she ain't got no voice. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody telling you, better not say nothing, don't say nothing. You a woman, don't say nothing. Ain't no woman say nothing up in this house. Do what I say. Come on now. Are you serious?
What is she talking about? What is she talking about?
You have a voice. Like, you just don't have the final say.
And it's not even what you say. It's not even having a voice. It's what you use your voice for. We all know. And every time she sits down on anybody's panel, platform, or any of that nonsense, she gets into an argument. Like, all she does is argue. That's it. Like, she just wants to argue. She thinks I'm woman, hear me roar. I'm going to have the last word, and I'm going to say, like, nobody wants to hear that. And sometimes for your own benefit, it might benefit you to be quiet. It might benefit you to just listen and follow for a second instead of question and try to jostle for position.
Yes.
Men don't want to do that. She's tipped her hand. Again, if I said this, if I sound redundant, it's because I'm watching the same thing over and over again. Any man, even if he wanted to get up with her, these men that she have around her, she's tipped her hand. They know how she get down. They know she's mouthy. She wants to argue. She wants to have the final word, be the final boss, put a name and image on everything. She's not going to let you do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Again, the deflecting. Like, so in her brain, you can't be the man that you are or the men that you want to be when you're married as well. You know what I mean? She's going to try to attach herself and make sure that she gets over, I wouldn't say compensated, but recognized. And she's going to have to lead. And that, like, she just wants to do so much. And in her mind, that's what's going to leave her. That's what's leaving her single. Because, again, even if somebody was interested, they know how she get down. We all see how you move when you get on these platforms and you overtalk the other guests and you argue with the dude who's hosting it. You know, like, we've seen it too many times. Like, nobody wants to deal with that type of, what was the word she used? She didn't say opinionated. She said, whatever stupid word she used, but in that extreme of it. Yeah, we want your opinion. You're the trusted advisor, the wife.
Yes.
Pivotal to all of this. Like, your word means shit. Sometimes it could make or break or mean everything to a certain extent. But if you're just chipping away and arguing and using it just to say something, just to have something to say, it's negative. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
It actually insults you, because what it proves is you can't deal with a woman that can challenge you in a way that you're not ready to deal with. And listen, I am not here to judge it. I'm just here to correct it, because sometimes I see shots that people deem to be insults, which I take as a compliment. If you don't know, I'm 46 years old. I tell my age because I love my age. I'm a person who loves aging, because I also learned another secret of life. Your life don't stop at 30. Your life don't stop at 35. It don't stop at 40. I'm here to tell you the secret. It gets better. Every year of my life, it gets better. So I don't live by the human clock of them saying by this age, you better be married, have children. No, honey, I'm on God's clock. And guess what? God's clock is still going because I still have breath in my body. Inhale, exhale. Okay. So you're not going to manipulate me
don't have
to
eggs in your
conform
womb
at a certain level because of an age that you have decided to live through. Because there's plenty of people who actually do live by the society clock for if you don't have this by a certain age, you better do it. And that's the biggest mistake, because then let's just say you are that woman that says, I got to be married by 29, and you meet a person and you get married because you're 29, but then you learn that you're not really happy. You did it because of the manipulation of you have.
This is bullshit.
You know what? I'm tired of hearing all she has said manipulation too many times. I'm tired. Y'all can go watch the rest of the podcast on your own time. Y'all can go ahead and do that because I'm tired. All this about I'm on God's clock, but God already gave you a clock, the biological clock. That don't mean automatically at 35 fertility cuts off for every single woman. It's just saying that you most it would be better, it would be more beneficial if you had your children before 35 so that there's no complications for you and your child. That doesn't mean after 35 you can't have children at all. We get this, we understand this. Like, and people are just telling you it would be better to have them before 35, not when you're 45 and you had eggs on ice for like 20 years. Like, and then you talking about you on God's time, and if you on God's time, and why you got your eggs frozen to try to prolong or extend his timing?
Clock that he gave you, right? That's just that. There is a clock. There is a time period and a time frame to do certain things. There is that. Men get more grace than that than others. See, these biddies want to talk about societal norms and breaking them when it don't fit them. But when it's the other way around, like there's a societal norm and there's a clock to it. You can't be 35 living in your mama house. They look down upon that. They're going to say, oh, by that time you should have been out and did whoopty whoopty whoop. It's the same thing when men say, oh, well, you 52 and you ain't got no kids. Well, you should have did that when you was XYZ. Like, this is societal norms. This is what's accepted. Like, yes, there is clocks, there's deadlines, there's all of that. You should do that by then. Now, there's misnomers, outliers, and this might, you might find a case here, find a case there. Sure. But the norms, the clock, like, come on. Like, they're in place for a reason. Like, that's it. Like, I don't understand how she don't understand this. Like, we all get it. She spent 2 episodes worth of this stupid podcast trying to ward off the fact, again, for somebody who doesn't want to be married and don't want to have kids, she's talking a lot lately about not being married and not having kids. Like I said, I think her time is running out. Like, she's coming to the realization that even when Kev got on her ass 5 years ago, when the Godfather got on her, she thought she would have better prospects, and she probably did have better prospects then. But again, 5 years of her arguing, fussing, fighting, talking trash online, her prospects are going down. Yeah, she making money, and the wigs are getting more extravagant and all that, and the Dolce is probably piling up. I'm sure it is. But the men are not biting. So I think that bed is getting cold, and them eggs is just freezing and freezing. Pterodactyl eggs, they just getting harder and harder. It's just not going to happen. Like, she thought she had the wiggle room, and approaching 50, yeah, you might love it. But again, you can see that she's not happy. She wouldn't be trying to convince the world that she is. She just be living it. Those comments, they comments either way. They're in your comment section, in your algorithm either way. For you to come up here and fight them, that tells me everything we need to know. Like, try to refute them all you want, but we know that you want to have, even with Ashy Foot, you want to have these relations. You want to have somebody to share it with. When you go on vacation, the next vacation is going to be her cameraman, and her glam team. Like, that's good when you go into the awards and all that, but on the vacation, I don't think that's the way you want to do that. I could be wrong. Maybe she is happy being, happy like that, but stop fighting it. Just be happy then. Go live your happy singles, Kendra singles live with singles, Kendra live singles existence. Queen, you want to throw anything else on top of that before we get up out of here?
My piece.
All righty. Well, Y'all go ahead and watch the rest of this boring podcast and her trying to defend why she's not married. We're going to check up out of here. Y'all know what we do. We got some more bangers and videos coming up. So y'all be safe out there. We catch y'all on the next one.